Welcome back to Bodrum. Check this out. Crazy. Linear horizontal lock. You gotta see this elevator. Check it out. There's no inner doors. Maybe this is normal for some people, but in Australia you would never have this. Look at that. You can stick your finger in there and just get it cut off. The first place I'm checking out is the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Not much left of it now, but here it is. So this was the Tomb of Mausolus, or Mausoleum. He was an ancient king of Caria who ruled the region from here. There's not much left of the ancient wonders, except the Pyramid of Giza, of course. The ancient drainage system of the mausoleum. Here it is. Make sure it didn't get flooded out. It was the Knights of St. John, the Knights Hospitalier, who took this place apart and used it to build Bodrum Castle, which I'll be checking out later. Here are some ancient reliefs from the mausoleum. And here's a model of what it used to look like. Helps you visualize the splendor. Can you imagine that thing standing out there? That's pretty amazing. There's the mausoleum, there's the Tiyatro, there's Bodrum Castle. Gonna be checking all of them out. The Theatre of Halicarnassus. Apparently this is the oldest stone theatre in the Aegean. That's pretty impressive. We all know there's a lot of stone theatres in the Aegean. What a view. You can tell it's pretty old because there's no claw-footed detailing on all the rows. I'm gonna go check out the famous windmills up on top of that hill, and then Bodrum Castle. Nice. Let's go. Check out that building there. What incredible streets this place has. I was just on my way to the windmills and I spotted this. Pretty sure this is a section of the walls of Halicarnassus. There's the windmills up there. Wow, what a view. Bodrum's a spectacular city. And to think, Herodotus, father of history, was born here. He was the first person to apply scientific method to history. He invented the concept of primary, secondary, tertiary source that we still use today. Look at that, you can see the walls stretching on. This must have been a big tower up on the hill here. All right, let's continue to the windmills. Made it to the windmills. Let's have a look inside. Little fireplace. You know, this almost looks like a good place to stealth camp. Look at that step. This step's got to be made of an ancient Greek piece of marble. Look at that. Good spolia. Now, it's very windy up here, so you can see why they built these windmills. Good consistent sea breeze. This one's more intact. Ooh. Wow. Nice millstone. There's where they poured the grain. Cool to see this mechanism up here. And there's where the milled flour would go. That's cool. Milled flour would come out here. Is that flour? I would stealth camp here, but there's so much broken glass all over the ground that makes me think people come up here to drink during the night and party and be hooligans. So it doesn't really sound conducive to a peaceful night. Huh. This must have been the old mechanism that they removed before they restored that. Ooh, wow, this has still got the millstone up on top. Bray and pray. This one almost looks like it got blown up. Very cool. I want to go check out that domed building down there. Apollon, okay. Little caduceus card. There's several of these buildings around Bodrum. Let's have a look inside.
Hello?
Nice reverberance. Ah, the water's not as deep as I thought. You can come down to the bottom. That's interesting. I wonder what this building was. It has to have been a tomb. Well, who knows? Maybe it was a cistern. And the water's by design. Heading down to Bodrum Castle next. A horse. Hello, Horsey. So I found out what these domed buildings are. They're cisterns, not tombs. They're called sarnics. And they're all over town. What beautiful planters for these trees. They're all unique. There's a sponge diver. Sponge diving is a big thing here. Look at that castle. It's getting close. Just before we get to the castle, there's this giant pedestrianized grid of streets, which is really cool. No cars allowed. Church of St. Nicholas, Santa Claus. Pretty cool. Alright, here we are at the castle of St. Peter, the Petronium, where the word Bodrum comes from. And it contains many fragments of the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. Nice, we've got some Ottoman cannons here from when the Ottomans conquered this castle in the 1500s. What an incredible harbour. The harbour this castle guarded. The Knights Hospitalier moved here in 1402, and then the walls were completed in 1437. Good year. It's so medieval. Incredible. It's through here. Kind of blocked off by the bins, but you can still get through. Nice defensive ramparts. Ah yes, here's the old chapel that got turned into a mosque when the Ottomans conquered it. What a magnificent bird. Oh wow, what is this? A pied peacock? Have you ever seen anything like this? I've never. There's a young little peacock. You're magnificent. Look at your white plumage. Are you albino or are you pied? I'm guessing pied. But I've never seen a pied peacock. That's cool. The iconoclasts had their way with this one. Nice feet, bro.
Vous prions de ne pas toucher les œuvres d'art et les objets en exposition.
As I said, this place was built by the Knights of St. John in the 15th century. If you've ever played Age of Empires 3 campaign, you'll remember that it centers around the conflict between the Knights of St. John and the Ottoman Empire. So this is cool to see. First time I've seen any Knights of St. John related thing. French Tower. This was made out of a spolia column piece. Looks like an Ionic capital. That was probably from the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. A fragment of one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. What a city. I met an Australian guy and he gave me this. Very kind gesture. Another delicious Nestle product. I'm getting hungry. Haven't had any breakfast or lunch. Let's go find some brunch. Maybe someone around here sells red mullet. Okay, I found a place that sells red mullet. Here we are. Now, red mullet was the most prized fish in the Roman Empire. Sometimes people paid their weight in silver for this fish. Ancient Roman satirists would write jokes about how the elitists would pay such extravagant sums for these fish. Sometimes they'd pay more than the yearly earnings of an average Roman citizen just for one fish, so they could impress all the guests at their parties. It was truly a fish for the Roman elite. It's great to try it now. I must say, this is probably the best fish I've ever eaten in my entire life. These things are expensive, but it's been on my bucket list for a long time, so I had to do it. It's so flaky and delicious. Such a perfect flavor.